This is sixth grade. We're starting pages 87 and 88. Mid-topic checkpoint is what it's being called. The one I wanted to go over real quick was actually just the first one, and we talked about this, not just...
Can I go outside and check my books out this?
Yeah. Something similar to this. Let's say I had -7 in parentheses, and then outside of the parentheses you see another negative sign, which, as I explained earlier to all of you, that means the opposite of. So what's the opposite of -7? It would be 7. Okay? So this one, take a look at this one here, the first one that I want you to do. It says describe the relative location of the rational numbers, and it's got the opposite of negative a over b and a over b on a number line. So here's my number line, okay, and I'll just say zeros right here. Now, when they're using variables, and these are variables, a over b, we have no idea what a is, no idea what b is. But we could still plug those in and think about the question. Let's go ahead and give a number and b a number, okay, because it won't change our answer. Let's just do 3/4. Let's say a equals 3 and b equals 4. So here's my number line. Let's say here's 1. All right. Right here would be what? 1/2. So 3/4 would be between 1/2 and 1. So I'm going to rewrite this. Let's look at this question again here. Move this down a little bit. So we have this one right here, which is what? It's 3/4. Okay? And this one is a -3/4. And what's the opposite of a -3/4, Mr. Poikinen? 3/4. Now let's look at the question. We've solved them both. I mean, I say solved them. I just plugged in a couple numbers as an example. It says describe the relative locations of the rational numbers. They're talking about this one and this one on a number line. Here's my number line. Okay? Where is this one? Right about here. Where is this one? Same place. So how would you describe the relative location of those rational numbers on the number line, Mr. Meredith?
They're the same place.
They are on the same place or same location. So, I mean, it was kind of a trick question, but that's the answer. They're in the same place, same location, same spot on the number line. All right, so one's done for you there. Hopefully you guys understand that. So circle number 2, I want you to do that. Circle number 3, it says what number is represented on the number line. So they're talking about that blue mark right there. And so here you have a -2 and a -3, so you'll have to figure that one out. Circle number 4 and 5 and 6. I want you to do all of those. Okay. Turn the page. This would be part of your Friday work. It's a performance task. And again, this is page 88. I do want you to do A, B, and C. You're going to have to read each one of those, and they give you a couple charts here on the other side of the page, and that shouldn't take you too terribly long. And that's kind of blurry. Let me see if I can fix that. Who's clicking their pen? Who's clicking their pen? Okay, stop. Thank you. Okay, now you can in a moment, but not right now. There is something else I'm going to have you do because some of you need a little extra help when it comes to location on a number line. What you're going to do is just get yourself a piece of scratch paper, not just yet. You'll put your name in the top right corner and you can just label it teacher questions. And you'll probably have to watch this video again because you won't have a whole lot of time to work on this. But I don't think it's going to take you too long. And so on this piece of paper, you're going to label it A, B, C, D, E, F, and you're going to keep going all the way to P. And then I'm going to show you, in fact, I'll just show you right now. And again, you'll have to watch this video and pause it, probably. I'm going to show you 4 number lines. Here's the first one, here's the second number line, here's the third. This would be the 4th number line. And again, you may need to re-watch this video, but I'll leave this up for a few minutes. So on this first number line, here's 0 and here's 1. What do you think C is? What do you think? 0.5, or what else could you put? What else? Go ahead to say it. 1/2, okay. I want you guys to answer all of these in fractions. So I'll put the word fractions up here. So letter C on your paper that you would have filled out, you'll just go C equals, and you'll put 1/2. Okay? And then I'll want to know what B is. So if C is 1/2, what do you think B is? It's halfway between C and number 1. I see a few hands up. Mr. DeTulio, what do you think? Okay, don't raise your hand unless you know the answer. You've done that a couple times now. What is it? No, C is 1/2. Miss Daly, what do you think?
3/4.
Yeah, 3/4. So you'd go over here to B, and you'd put 3/4. So there's a couple of them done for you. That's what I'm looking for. But let's go back and look at the rest of these number lines. So that'll get you going on number line number 1. Let's look at number 2. Number 2, notice this is the -1 right here. And here is 1. Where's in the middle? 0. So what do you think would be halfway between 0 and -1? Okay, I'm not going to, I'm just a rhetorical question. I'm not actually looking for an answer. All right, so that's halfway between -1 and 0. Let's look at number line number 3 here. And this gets a little tricky. It's the same thing. Here's a -1, and here's 1. This is 0. So this mark right here is halfway between -1 and 0, and so I'll label that as -1/2. H here is halfway between -1/2 and 0. So you'll have to figure out what H is. And I is halfway between H and 0. Okay, so you'll have to think about that. 0 and 1 right here. J is halfway between 0 and 1. It's a pretty easy one. Okay, J is 1/2. I can come over here, and H, I didn't put J on mine, but you would have J on your sheet. All right. And then this mark right here is halfway between 1/2 and 1. And this mark right here, K, is halfway between this mark and number 1. All right? And then for number 4, the 4th number line, here's 0. Here's -50. And here's 50. What do you think would be between halfway, 0 or O rather, is halfway between 50 and 0? What would that be? 25. What's halfway between 25 and 50? Think about it. And then same thing here. L is halfway between 0 and -50. M is halfway between whatever L is and 0. And N is halfway between m and 0. Okay? So I'll leave that up there, and you guys can choose to work on that or your workbook. Right now, it'll be entirely up to you, and I'm just going to stop recording.